This week in business has been an action-filled one with some great content making headlines. These stories and other engrossing interviews make up today's exclusive content for BizTech on Ghana Web TV. My name is Desmond Frimpong. We head straight to my colleague Ernestina Sewa Asante, who's standing by with an inspiring interview with a young woman who's making strides in the fashion industry.
The Ghanaian entrepreneurship landscape keeps expanding by the day. Uncharted territories are also being explored. With the advent of social media and technology, the fashion industry have opened a new chapter. Today on BizTech, we'll be speaking to Belinda Ofori, who has begun writing her own chapter in the fashion industry. Hello, Belinda, and welcome to BizTech.
Hi, Nestina. Thank you so much. It's actually a pleasure.
What inspired this beautiful brand, Turquoise Couture?
Okay, so Turquoise has been in the business for almost 3 years, and the inspiration has been from the beginning. From the beginning, I've loved art. I'm an artist, actually, and I think from SHS, I realized that women are more or less like my canvases where I can display my artwork. So that's when I started bringing out ideas on how to flatter the bodies of women with our clothing. So women are mainly our clients, our main clients, yes.
Okay. So it means you learned fashion designing in school?
Okay, so initially I did visual arts in the SHS. And then in the university, KNUST, I did communication design. And by God's grace, I was able to study fashion in Amsterdam, yes, through Vlisco. So I actually won an award with Vlisco, and I was able to study there. So we've had training with Vlisco, with Joyce Abebio, of course. Then, so my background has been art from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. So what goes into the creation of designs for clients?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot. Number one, as an artist, you have to be very creative. You have to be able to study the body of people and know what best flatters their body, their complexion, and even the art style, like the cut of the dress, everything goes into it. If the texture of your fabric, the color of the fabric, the patterns in the fabric. So sometimes people think that as a designer, you can just cut the dress and then you are good to go. But there are intricate things that you have to come together, work with, before you can achieve something superb. Yes, so we do a background research, number one, before we do all these other things.
On the making of research, can you throw more light on it?
Okay, so researching is actually finding the background of whatever project you have. So let's say we had a project last year where we did a bridal campaign. So before we actually started the bridal campaign, it was like a 12-piece collection. We had to research, have a background information on the kind of dresses we want to bring out there. So our campaign was on Victoria's gown, like Victorian era gowns. And in the Victorian era, it was more of corsets, structure, drapes. Yes, so that's what we incorporated. So whatever you do as a designer, for us, Turquoise and my team members, we do the background search. We actually Google, find more information on what corsetry is, what bone work is, what structure is. Then the other side of research is when we find the type of fabrics that's going to help the outfits that we are going to make. You don't just pick any fabric for anything. You get it. So there is so much that goes into making just one outfit. Then after that, we actually have a color palette, where we choose the colors for the theme that we have for the campaign. So for my brides, they actually come, they get their color palettes. If let's say for their gowns, they want a pink gown, an ivory gown, an off-white gown. We have to put all these palettes on their skin to see whether it's going to flatter them or not. So there's so much that goes in the background before the final piece comes out.
Okay. Has there been a case where I am the bride to be and I'm like, I want wine color, I want it this particular way, and in such cases, what do you do first?
Okay, so I always say the opinion of your clients also matter. You don't just crop it off because that's what they feel or desire. Do you understand? But you can also work in a professional way where you guide them. We are more like consultants. We are guiding people to choose to make the right choices. So maybe someone will see a very nice bright red gown in a magazine and say, oh, Belinda, I want the same thing. But you check the color, the complexion of the person, you check the height, you check her body weight, and you realize that wine or red is not going to help her in any way. Or maybe, why don't we do a green or an ivory outfit? It's going to help you. Yes, so you show them all these things and then they get to understand that, oh, okay, this is better. So I always appreciate consultation. It's very important in my business because you don't just make an outfit. You have to do all the background researches, the discussion before we go on to production.
Okay. So in cases where you have a stubborn client and tells you, Belinda, I want this particular dress for this event, and you make it for her and it turns out to be that it's not her body type and she comes back blabbing, what do you do?
So that's why I give them the benefit of the doubt where we actually sit down and discuss. But if you still want to stick to your gun, in the end, we are going to sign a contract. So if you stick to your gun, it's your problem by the end of the day. But I've not really experienced any very stubborn client who wouldn't want to listen to me. They've developed a sense of trust in us. So with that sense of trust, when they come, they listen to us. Unless they just want to settle with something. But even before they settle with their design, they get to listen to us, and we mix and merge, we subtract, we add, and come out with a very nice piece. Yeah.
But did you try finding out from them how they got to know your brand?
Okay, so I believe in customer service a lot. And I think I wouldn't want to blow my own horn or my own trumpet, but a lot of clients come over and then they are amazed at our customer service, how important we see them. Yes, so out of that, we get a lot of referrals. People come, people bring their family, people bring their girlfriends, people bring so many people, do you understand? And definitely, as a business, online marketing is very important. So we do our online sales via Instagram and Facebook sometimes, but mainly via Instagram and our website. Yes, so.
Okay. There are many fire brands out there. How do you make sure your brand stands tall amongst them?
Okay, so as a competitor, what we do is you have to study the trends and see what people are doing and how unique yours can also stand out. I don't like to copy, like you see someone's design, you copy the same thing. Rather, you see the trends that's going on and you will sit down as a designer, do your researches, and then bring up something unique, something that someone hasn't done before. Or even if someone has done before, you have a better product for the market. Do you understand? So I believe in that. I believe in uniqueness. So I think that's what draws people to our brand.
How do you get your product exhibited?
Okay, so we do more of the online sales. We exhibit our works via our website and then Instagram. And then personally, apart from the virtual experience, we do fashion shows. So last year We had Mercedes-Benz. We showed our outfits at Mercedes-Benz. And I think last 2 years we showed our outfits at Glitz Africa. And then last year we also showed at International Fashion Week Amsterdam. Yes, so we've had like 3 fashion shows, 3 or 4 fashion shows, and it's actually promoted the brand to where it is now.
So how do you get the models?
So definitely we have like model agencies that we call and find the right models for the right dresses. There are times that I work with very like the plus size models, because I want people to relate to their outfit. And there are times that we also use a size 6.
Like myself.
Just like yourself.
Oh, then I qualify to be your body.
Yeah, so we do that too.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. What do you make of the Ghanaian fashion industry?
Apparently, I think the industry is really thriving. A lot of designers, a lot of creative talents are just gashed out there. And I'm happy that now the art sector is doing so well in terms of making money and employing people. So it's all adding up to the economy of the country, because by God's grace, we have a number of workers at our production house, and it's just reducing the whole problem of unemployment in Ghana. So I love what is happening. Actually, I love the creation of jobs. I love the creativity out there. I love the uniqueness out there. So designers are doing a good job.
Talking of team members, how many people have you been able to employ so far?
Okay, so we are like a team of 10 or 11 people now. Since 11 people now, and for now we've employed like 4, and then the rest are training under us, who would also be employed very soon. Yes, but they have to go under training before we employ them. Yes, but for 4 or 5 people I am paying them, and then the rest are working with me till they are also ready for employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to the trends. I want to know how you stay updated with the current trends.
Current trends. So mainly on Instagram. Instagram is a good tool for businesses, especially entrepreneurs and then the startups. Yes. So on Instagram or on Twitter, on Facebook, you're able to see different trends every day. Today, someone is releasing a whole collection. Tomorrow, this is releasing this. And I don't look at only the Ghanaian trends. If you want to be different, you don't just look at just your niche or where you are, but outside there are people doing bold stuff. So I mix those trends together, and I also build my unique designs.
In your view, what are some of the skills you think a startup or like someone who wants to be into fashion designing can acquire to become successful?
Number 1, you have to be creative. If you are not creative, you'll be very stagnant, because fashion is up and changing every time. So you have to think on your feet. Like every time you have to be creative, and you have to be proactive as a designer. You always have to think ahead and know what is going to happen, what kind of trends are about to set in, and you plan ahead. You don't wait till the trends come in and then you are shocked that, okay, what's happening? And then another thing is, fashion is hard work. It's hard work, and you should be ready to grind as a startup. You don't just sit there and hope that things will just happen for you. You have to grind. And I would also say customer service. People look at the money a lot, like when they are serving people. But I believe that every work that we do is a form of service to mankind. So whatever you are doing for people, make sure that you think of them first even before the money. When you have that in place, people will keep coming to you because they feel appreciated for who they are, even before they pay for the service you give them. But if you look at just the money, and you forget about thanking your customers, you forget about checking up on them, you forget about being right on time when you have to meet up with them, you are going to lose a lot of people.
Now let's talk about money. How much do you charge for counseling or consultation?
Okay, so we charge 150 CDs just for consult. You book via our website. Yes. And then
What does that entail?
so the consultation is about the designs of the gowns, but I love to see my clients, even if it's a virtual consultation, we'll do a video call, of course. So when I see the kind of shape, we have women that are pear shape, women that are Coca-Cola, a lot of different sizes of women. So when they come around, you get to know, okay, you look better in a ball gown, you look better in a mermaid gown, you look better in this kind of kente. Do you understand? And even their color, their complexion would also help with choosing the right color palette for their dresses. Yes.
All right. And then making a knob already made, like you've already sewn the dress and it's there and I want to buy. How much?
It depends. It ranges from 500 upwards.
In our fashion industries, we use the patterns so it could help us in cutting our fabrics, and also when we use the pattern, it doesn't make us waste a lot of fabrics at the first point, and then secondly too, it makes you get the style line you actually want for the style you want for your dress. Yes, please.
So aside the patterns, what other equipment do you use? I can see pins and other stuff. Can you mention?
Yes. Okay. So we have our pins. It helps us to pin or hold two fabrics together, and then we have our scissors too. It helps us in cutting. Calculator.
For what?
Yeah, we use the calculator in calculating on the pattern.
Wow.
Yes. So with the calculator, we take the measurements of the person. So it helps us in drafting the block. Yes.
What's the block?
So you can call the pattern the block as well. It's either a block or a pattern.
Okay.
Yes, please.
And I'm sure you make use of a tape measure too.
Oh yes, we do. We do. It's used for measuring. Yes, so the tape measure helps us to take the measurements of our clients as well. Yes.
I can see some drawings on the board too, on the wall.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what?
Okay, so with the drawings, sometimes when the client comes to us, they don't actually have a particular style they want. So with the use of our paper and then our pencils, we pick an inspiration. It could be an inspiration from the sky, from the tree, like you just pick an inspiration, and then from that inspiration you impact that inspiration into the garments. So as you can see, the sketches on the wall, we picked an inspiration and then we came out with a style for our clients.
Darker wine color will be amazing on you. A dark blue color, so that it flatters well on your skin. Do you understand? For someone like you, wouldn't go for a very bright fabric. the darker people, they look very nice in dark yellow colors, but if you are fair, you go for a toned down color. Yes, it depends on the event. Yeah. So since you are a fair person, different colors can go for fair people, but it depends on the event, definitely, because if the event is a night program, you wouldn't want to go for sea blue colors. You have to go for a darker shade so that you appear more classy. Do you understand? Yes, so it depends on the event and it depends on your color.
I'm an intern at Turquoise Couture, and what inspired me to be a fashion designer is I was born an artist. Everyone is born an artist, basically, but I would say it depends on what the person wants to venture into. So I channeled my energy into fashion designing, and I had someone who spoke to me about turquoise, and then I watched I saw pictures and then watched videos on how she does her works and then how she displays her works. And then I loved it, so I decided to come in to have an internship course. I've learned a lot, from sketches to making a basic bodice pattern and to making clothing. So I've learned so much, using a serger and then the industrial machine. A lot, everything about. In a space of a month, I've been able to learn a lot.
A lot goes into making beautiful outfits. From ideas to sketches to making body patterns and then cutting the fabrics and then stitching. And in all these stages, you need to focus. You need to put your best in it. If not that, nothing can come out beautiful.
Ever since I was young, I had always had an interest in art. And then at a point in time, I felt, okay, being a fashion designer, you can get to combine art and also thinking. Like sometimes it's actually amazing how whatever you visualize or whatever inspiration is in your mind can come out, and you can see a client wearing your dress, and it's such a beautiful feeling.
Speaking of events, how do you feel when you see celebrities rocking something else on the red carpet?
It's amazing, actually, because Instagram has a way of bringing together the creativity of designers. So it definitely depends on the event, number one. If let's say these Glitz fashion show, if you've ever attended, you see people have creative ways of dressing up, like wild ways. The men go all out with the sequins and then the high platform shoes, even the men. So you can just imagine. And fashion is fast paced and like it's going up and up, it's changing every time. So it's actually the expression of who you are. If you are the loud type, my assistant is more like a loud type, even a hair. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, it depends on the kind of personality you have, and it shows in the outfits that you wear. Do you get it? So that's all I can say about these night programs.
So, as a fashion designer, you're expecting to see celebrities rock a very beautiful outfit on the red carpet. But sometimes, even me, layman, I look at them and be like, oh, this is not a church program. Like, sometimes, how do you feel as a fashion designer seeing them like dressed like that?
Okay, so that's when designers, we are very skeptical. You know, there are times that you see something, why did she wear this? So sometimes it's called wardrobe malfunction. So it depends on the consultation they had with their designer, if they actually sat down to hunt the right fabrics for the event. All of that comes into play. So if these processes are cut short, that's when there will be a wardrobe malfunction.
You've heard it all from Belinda Ofori, the Chief Executive Officer of Turquoise Couture. If you want to be a successful fashion designer, then you would have to think outside the box, be creative, as well as learn to treat your customers right. Ernestina Sawa Asante, reporting for BizTech on Ghana Web TV.
Indeed, the future of fashion industry is something to watch out for. But away from that, our friend Jefferson is standing by with some cool internet tools that can be very helpful to us in our daily activities.
Hello there, my name is Jefferson Seniaja from After Music. This week on Tech Bits, I want to actually talk about a video making tool. This video making tool is very easy for businesses or even small time social media users or even social media influencers that actually want to make a quick video in order to actually satisfy a client. This website is called Video. That is wideo.co. Video is a very simple to use video transformative tool that helps businesses and institutions put in how-to videos in order to satisfy a certain business. I would advise all of us to actually check it out because it's really, really good and transformative tool. The same video website allows you to actually put together how-to videos, for example, how to sign up on something, or even how to use a certain thing, or you can even use it for social media influencers, like I said. They can use it to actually promote an item, so you can actually make a quick video. It takes a bit of practice, but it's very, very professionally done, the end product. So our advice, that web address is Video, that's wideo.co. Check it out, and that's it for this week. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
Making business headlines this week, Vice President Baumia buys Wache with QR code. We have this and other stories coming up shortly. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has launched the Ghana COVID-19 Alleviation and Revitalization of Enterprise Support Initiative. The program, which is also known as the Obatampa, is a 100 billion cedis facility designed by the government to mitigate the economic challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. Describing the Obatampa program as ambitious and unprecedented, Akufo-Addo, in a speech read on his behalf by the Senior Minister, Yao Osafo-Maafo, reiterated that the rollout of the program over the next 3.5 years is part of government's resolute steps to get the economy back on track.
It is with great honor and pride that I stand here today to launch our 100 billion Ghana COVID-19 Alleviation and Revitalization of Enterprises Support CARES Obampa or Obatampa program. A well thought out strategy to return this economy to a trajectory of sustained positive growth and transformation in the medium term. 100 billion cedis.
Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has urged all merchants in the informal and formal sectors to acquire and start using the all-new, all-inclusive Universal Quick Response Code, also known as the QR code. Following the launch of the code earlier in March this year, the Vice President set the tone this week by buying Wache with a digital payment system at Antimuni's, a popular Wache joint within cantonment.
Antimony, let me have some Wache with some willy and some egg. Do you have talia? Talia today. So this is it. It's so fast. It's done already. Ah, okay. Yes. Then I'll confirm payment. Interesting. Okay, because of she has to enter. Scan and pay.
Outdooring the QR code, the Vice President said the system is so flexible and easy to use for everybody to receive or pay for anything electronically.
Ghana's QR code will cater for both bank and non-bank customers. That is, those who use mobile money as well as have bank accounts. So in this regard, Ghana's QR code is unique and is the first of its kind in the world. And so we have to be rightfully proud as Ghanaians that we are using technology to solve a problem that exists in our society.
Let's go to the Foreign Ministry, where the Sector Minister, Shirley Ayoko-Boche, has hinted that the diaspora engagement policy will soon be submitted to Cabinet for approval. Speaking at the first diaspora breakfast meeting held in Accra, the Foreign Affairs Minister said the policy will also provide leveraging of investment benefits and privileges through strategies that promote foreign direct investments to Ghana.
My ministry has been working in collaboration with the Diaspora Affairs Office of the President and other stakeholders, including the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, to finalize the policy, which will soon be submitted to Cabinet for approval. The policy, when adopted, will provide for the leveraging of investment benefits and privileges through strategies that promote foreign direct investment to Ghana from the diaspora.
Moving on, the Bank of Ghana has laid out protocols to ensure the interests of depositors and other stakeholders of rural and community banks are protected through the new corporate governance and risk management guidelines. The central bank is in the final phase of issuing the guidelines as a directive to ensure the sanity of RCBs, as it has issued a draft version seeking industry input. The objective of the directive is to require RCBs to adopt sound corporate governance principles and best practices to enable them undertake their licensed business in a suitable way. It is also expected to promote the interests of depositors and other stakeholders by enhancing corporate performance and accountability of RCBs. To promote and maintain public trust and confidence in RCBs, the directive will prescribe sound corporate standards which are critical to the proper functioning of the industry. The BOG indicated that the risk management guidelines have been designed to provide a framework within which regulated RCBs will establish a culture of risk management in their institutions. It's a wrap for this week's edition of BizTech on Ghana Web TV. You can get more news on www.ghanaweb.com. You equally can get interactive with us on social media, being Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram at The Ghana Web. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ghana Web TV, for more programs. My name is Desmond Frimpong. Have a great weekend.